Hi guys, it's Griffin and Euro here, and today we're going to be ranking the Straw Hat crew members. Let's start off strong with Chopper. Chopper is one of the most iconic doctors in the entire series, and that's mostly because he's part of the Straw Hat crew, but still pretty iconic. Chopper's from Drum Island. He's regarded as the doctor of the Straw Hat crew and is known for eating the human fruit. The human fruit allows him to transform into the many points that I have displayed on the screen. His most famous point being Monster Point. Monster Point is where Chopper gets much stronger and bigger, way cooler than plain old Chopper. The thing that allows him to go into his Monster Point is his Rumble Ball. Chopper's Rumble Ball is a drug that Chopper created to turn into his Monster Point. Chopper's bounty is only 1,000 berries, but let's be serious, it should be way, way, way higher. It's only at 1,000 because the Marines consider him as the pet of the Straw Hat crew, which I don't really agree with. Chopper is much more than a pet and has the potential to be really strong. Because of that, I'm going to give Chopper a decent B tier. Next up, we have Nami. Nami is from Kokoyashi Village and has a traumatized past there because of all. She's known as the navigator of the Straw Hat crew and has been getting especially stronger because of her new sorcery climb attack. And because she's been teaming up with Zeus lately. Nami's bounty is at 366 million berries, which I think is a pretty reasonable price for her. After Egghead, it's probably going to get way higher. But for now, it's pretty good. That's why I'm going to give Nami a B tier, as well as Chopper. Next up, we have Usopp. Usopp is from Syrup Village. His father Yasopp left him at a young age to join the red-haired pirates, and his mother died of a severe illness later on. Usopp has been getting much stronger with his new black kabuto. It's been helping him a lot. My favorite God Usopp moment was when Sugar from the Doflamingo's crew threw the spicy grape in Usopp's mouth, and Usopp's face was so cringe that it knocked Sugar out. That was hilarious. After the time skip, Usopp claimed he wasn't part of the weakling trio with Nami and Chopper. But I think we all know, and it's safe to say that he still is, and he always will be. I really like Usopp's pop greens. Like after the time skip from the Boyne Archipelago, he got those cool pop greens. Those were really entertaining to watch, especially right after the time skip where he saves Nami from the fake Straw Hat crew. Usopp's bounty is 500 million berries, which I feel like they're overestimating him. Because I think it should be a little lower than that. It's higher than Frankie's bounty and Brooke's, which I feel like is too high. So because of all this, I'm going to give Usopp a B tier also. As you can see, I put the entire weakling trio in B tier. Next up, we have Brooke. Brooke is known as the musician of the crew. Brooke originally used to be part of the Rumbar Pirates, but while entering the Floridian Triangle, they were attacked by an enemy fleet with poisonous arrows. They couldn't treat the poison because their doctor had died earlier on. Brooke ate the Revive fruit. The Revive fruit allowed Brooke to stay alive even after he died. What happened is, Brooke's spirit came from heaven and had to search for his body. It took Brook's spirit 1 year to search for his body because there was so much fog in the Florian Triangle. By the time he found his body, his skin had already decayed. That's why the Brook we know and love is a skeleton. What I really like about Brook now is that he can make his spirit go out of his body and go places that other people can't go. Like in Punk Hazard, when the poisonous gas was everywhere, Brook could make his spirit go out of his body and look through the gases. Brook has also been getting much stronger to the time skip because of his Soul Solid and his new move, Blizzard Slash. It's basically like the chill of hell sort of vibe. Brook's bounty is 383 million berries, which I think is a pretty reasonable price for him. That's why I'm going to give Brook an A tier. I feel like that's good for him. Next up, we have Frankie. Frankie is known as the shipwright of the Strawhat crew and is the one who built the Thousand Sunny. He also created the Puffing Tom, alongside Tom and Iceberg. Frankie is from Water 7, but I think Frankie had a big upgrade during the time skip since he spent those 2 years at Vegapunk's lab. And it's Vegapunk's lab. Like, Vegapunk is the biggest genius in the One Piece world. So Frankie got a big upgrade. Especially with Frankie's new Battle Frankie. It looks thick. And when I say thick, I mean thick. Frankie's bounty is currently 394 million berries. I was surprised to hear that Usopp's is higher than this, but it's fine. I think Frankie deserves a little higher bounty than this. First of all, because he's a cyborg, and because he built their ship. But putting that aside, I'm going to put Frankie at an A tier with Brook. Next up, we have Robin. Robin is from Ohara. But Ohara was Buster called because they were researching about the Void Century. Robin was the only survivor of the Ohara incident. She's also known as the archaeologist of the Straw Hat crew. And she's one of the few people in the entire world that can read poneglyphs. That's cool. That makes her one of the biggest threats to the world government in the world. Robin's getting real strong, especially since now she's able to become a demon. A demon, guys. Like a devil. Robin ate the Hana Hana no Mi, which allows her to sprout body parts from wherever she wants. As long as she can see where she wants to sprout her body part from, she can do it. Robin's bounty is 930 million berries. But after Egghead, I think it'll double at least by a few, I don't think it'll double, sorry. I think it'll gain at least 500 million berries, since she can read poneglyphs. I would have given Robin an A tier alongside Brook and Frankie. But since she can read poneglyphs, she poses a bigger threat to the world government. So I'm going to give Robin an S tier. Next up is Sanji, immediate F tier. I'm sorry, Sanji fans. I'm really sorry. But this guy is the biggest simp the One Piece world has ever seen and the real world has ever seen. Every time he looks at a girl, he simps on them. No, F tier. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me calm down. I'm sorry, Sanji fans. I'm sorry. Sanji's good. No, I'm joking. Zoro's better. Let's talk about Sanji's good side. He's from the German kingdom. His father is Judge Vince. Sanji's mom took drugs because Sanji's father wanted his children to become emotionless fighting machines. But Sanji's mom took a different type of drug so Sanji wouldn't become an emotionless fighting machine. And it worked. But because of that, he unfortunately died in the process, which was really sad. The rest of, well, not the rest, Sanji's other siblings became emotionless fighting machines, which doesn't sound that good. Sanji's been getting pretty strong with his new Ifrit Jambe. It's actually really cool in my opinion. And how he's been able to defeat Edward Ribble puts him pretty high. Sanji's current bounty is 1 billion and 32 something. So I think Sanji's bounty has the potential to get much higher than this. But I think for now, it's at a reasonable spot. That's why I'm going to put Sanji at an S tier. I would have put Sanji at an S plus tier. But since he can't attack women, it kind of makes him go down because they're going to face many women villains future later. Like, Emu might be a woman. If that's true, then Sanji won't be able to contribute in the final fight. That's why I'm going to keep him safe at S tier. Next up, we have the first son of the sea, Jinbei. Jinbei is from Fishman Island. Kind of obvious. He used to be part of the Sun Pirates. But after Fisher Tiger's passing, he became the leader of the Sun Pirates and became one of the warlords of the sea, alongside Doflamingo, Boa Hancock, Mihawk, Crocodile, Kuma, and Gecko Moria. Jinbei has been showing us how powerful his fishman karate is, and it is really powerful. I agree with him. Jinbei's current bounty is 1 billion and 100 million berries, which is actually pretty good for the first son of the sea. Yeah, so because of this, I'm going to give the first son of the sea, Jinbei, a solid S tier. Next up, we have my personal favorite Straw Hat crew member, Roanoa Zoro. Zoro is from Shimotsuki Village, and his current goal is to take Mihawk's title as world's greatest swordsman. Zoro has 3 swords, or uses the 3 sword style. His first sword is Enma. His second sword is Sendai Kitetsu III. And his last sword, the one that he puts in his mouth, is Wado Ichimonji. Zoro used to have a sword called Yubashiri, as you can see, the one he's not wielding in this picture. But that one got destroyed in the Water 7 arc when a marine used his rust fruit powers to turn it into rust. Zoro was the second person to ever put a scar on Kaido. Kaido, King of the Beasts. That's pretty impressive. Zoro was also Luffy's right-hand man, or his first mate. His bounty is currently at 1,111,000,000 berries, which is pretty good for the pirate hunter Roronoa Zoro. That's why I'm going to give him the first S plus tier. My favorite Straw Hat crew member. Now, we're getting to most of yours favorite Straw Hat crew member. Monkey D. Luffy. He's probably the most liked Straw Hat crew member, mostly because he's the captain. Kind of obvious. Luffy is Dragon's son and Garp's grandson, which makes him kind of powerful. Luffy grew up in Great Terminal alongside Sabo and Ace. Luffy ate the Gomu Gomu no Mi, also known as the Hito Hito no Mi, model Nika. Nika's the sun god. So that's a pretty powerful fruit Luffy ate there. In the latest Wano arc, Luffy has been able to unlock Gear 5, which makes him really powerful. And in Gear 5, he was able to beat Kaido, King of the Beasts. Because he beat Kaido, Luffy became one of the 4 emperors. That's really high level. He's an emperor alongside Blackbeard, Shanks, and Buggy. I don't know how Buggy got here. Like, somebody kick Buggy up. Go back to Impel Down. His bounty is at 3 billion berries, which I think, personally, it should be way higher. Because Kaido's was probably way higher than this. But then he beat Kaido. So shouldn't his bounty be higher than Kaido's was? Kinda. Yeah, it should. Okay. Putting that aside, Luffy is probably the strongest person on the Straw Hat and is the leader. Or the captain, as somebody would say. So I'm gonna give him the second S plus tier. He's obviously stronger than Zoro, but he still gets an S plus tier because we don't have a tier after that. If you want more One Piece content like this, subscribe to my channel, and if you think you would have ranked them differently, please comment down below how you would have ranked them. I really want to see some of your guys' opinions. That's the end for this video. See you in the next one.